What's going on, people? My name is Eric Biccioni. I am an American living in Russia, and I wanted to make this video, nothing crazy, nothing groundbreaking, but I can't say that I have the most interesting life, but I wanted to shed some light on my thought process and my reasoning for moving to Russia. You might have already heard most of these points already, but a handful of YouTubers make these kind of videos, and it's funny because if it's one time, it might be a coincidence. If you've heard the same thing from two YouTubers, there might be something to look into. But when you see 5, 6, 10, 15 people all saying the exact same things as to why they moved, maybe it's something to look into a little bit more and maybe take serious. If you are looking for a change to get out of where you're at, I'm not saying to come to Russia, but maybe, just maybe, you could explore your horizons and see what other areas are out there in the world. And maybe Russia will be your home one day. But for the meantime, these are the reasons why I decided and my family decided to make the big leap across the ocean and to come to Russia. So stay tuned and we will bullet point this down the list. First thing, biggest one for sure was the family. I have a young daughter. She's 2.5 years old. She is soon to be a dual citizenship. She will be a Russian and American citizen, which will be really nice to have because we still do have family back in the States. So it'll make transitioning back and forth very, very easy, very simple. But at the end of the day, it is nice to be able to come from one country to another and still have family there. So that was definitely one of the biggest reasons that we made this move, but it's not the only reason. So other than that, I mean, there are a lot of strong opportunities to raise a family here. So going in with the family concept, the Russian government has really made it very easy or simple for people to be able to raise a family. And not going to get into like too many specifics because you could look at other videos that I put online, but there is a lot of really nice things that come with raising a family here that it's unfortunate because in the States where I'm from, it's the second the child is born, you're given a bill and you're on your own. I mean, you even if you have insurance, the insurance doesn't really cover much. You know, when you look at the end of the month or at the end of the year and you've spent thousands of dollars on these medical bills and you still go to the doctor and you still need to pay out of pocket. It might give you a discount, but I don't know. That's another conversation for another day. Unfortunately, the States has a very backward system in terms of how to provide help for people who want families. So, something to consider. For us, it makes a ton of sense because now in this case, we actually will get support from not just ourselves. We're not on our own in this situation. Like there are systems put in place in order to make it easier for a family to raise a child or children. So that's definitely a big plus for us. An interesting one for me is I feel like I fit in more with the Russian people, and it's interesting because I didn't really understand it, but I've heard a lot of people say that I have a Russian soul, so I looked into it more. I wasn't really sure what that meant, but the more I look into it and the more interested I am in the culture here, the more I understand. So not exactly sure how to put it into words, but I walk in the street and I feel like I can understand the mentality a little bit more than I can in the States, where it seems like it's more career focused for 10, 15 years, and then maybe we'll have a kid, or just it's like a grind mentality. I'm not opposed to hardworking people and people that work hard, and there's a lot of opportunities that you can get in the States. I'm very aware of that. But I think the mentality in Russia is a traditional one. However you want to call it, the mentality in Russia is one that, the man and the woman have their responsibilities in the household. And one of the biggest ones is to take care of their kids and not put their work in front of their kids. It's God, family, and then work, not the other way around. So some people don't understand that, and that's fine. But that's just not my mentality. That's not the way I feel inside whenever I, am living in my day-to-day life. So that's another one. the another part that goes in with the mentality that's also very interesting is the Russian people are very united, which I find extremely ironic from the point of view in my head of the United States, where, I mean, it may have been more divided in the past, but as of right now, I don't know if the United States has been more divided than it's ever been, because now you've got two almost extremely opposite points of view. There are like the Republicans and the Democrats, and now you've got this, you know, this stance where if you think anything apart from what that person believes, you're an evil person. You're the worst thing that's ever been, like the worst person that's ever been born. It is a weird place to live right now in the States, just because people's mentality has become so skewed because of the media. And it's weird because now you look on the streets in Russia and there are plenty of people who are happy to stop what they're doing to help you get what you need or help you get in the place that you need to go. You know, within my own Russian family, they've got extended family that will be happy to if we weren't able to stay at the house we're at right now, then they would happily lend their house for us, and they don't know us more than 2 days. So just the generosity of the Russian people is just so nice. And I it's hard to put it into words, and maybe someone in the comments can help me put it into words, but there is just a different mentality in terms of supportiveness towards others. And you see it in the comments. Like, you go down any of my past videos that I put out over the past, 6 months relating to Russian people or Russia. My goodness, you guys are awesome. Like the Russians are just so loving and caring, and the people that spread the most hate are the Americans towards me. And it's weird because, I want to be proud of my country. I want to be proud of where I came from, but it's making it really hard when the people where I came from are the most hateful towards me and telling me the worst and most nasty things. Whereas the people that you guys all say are super evil are the most loving and the most welcoming to me. How does it make sense? Like, make that make sense. And how is anyone supposed to interpret it? Because, actions speak way louder than words, and the Russians have definitely backed that up. They're a lot more caring and loving than a lot of people give them credit for. So that's a big one. I mean, this is something that it could just be in my unique circumstance because I live in a smaller city, but everything is extremely convenient here. I can get everything within a 5-minute walk, and in the States, you need a car. Like, you cannot live in the States unless you have a car. So, unless you're in New York City and maybe you want to get on the subway that is riddled with dirty, nasty rats and whatever else. But I mean, I can go 3 minutes down the street and get some groceries. I can go the other way 2 minutes. I can go 4 minutes this way. I can go 4 minutes or 5 minutes to get to the gym. I can get my hair cut in 3 minutes. The vet clinic is 2 minutes away. Like, it's just amazing. I mean, yeah, it might be just the neighborhood I'm in, but most, if not all of cities in Russia are built with the infrastructure in mind to where you can get to where you need to go pretty quickly. Same with transportation. There's buses every 2 to 5 minutes. There's taxis all over the place. There's trains that can bring you to all the major cities. I mean, conveniency is extremely high. Now, on that note, you guys don't have Amazon. Like, Russia doesn't have Amazon, so don't expect to get your items in 5 minutes from ordering. They have Ozon or Wildberries, which is a comparable where you can go to the nearest store and pick it up at the store. That's an option. There are places where you can order an item and it's typically there within the next 1 to 5 days or so. You go to the store, pick it up. You can pay extra for it to get delivered to your house. But I mean, with a 2-minute walk factored in, it's not a big deal. I think Americans are or people from the United States are very used to getting items now. And in 2 minutes, probably, I think Amazon does so well because people don't want to be driving to the nearest place to pick up stuff, which might be a 10-minute drive. Or in most other countries, it's a 2-minute walk. I think the conveniency is a lot nicer because now you can get everything you need within a sub 10-minute walk, which is, again, hopefully I'm making that point very clear, but that's just my observation. Apart from that, I mean, entertainment is pretty abundant. I can't say that there's like, I mean, I'm not one to go to the movie theater and ice skating and skiing and doing all these things all the time and going to concerts, but I mean, we went to the movies the other day at like 10:30 at night. It was actually a blast. We loved it, but yeah, I mean, there's entertainment all over. We went to the mall the other day and there was like this dance competition going on. It was the cutest thing. There were these kids that were dressed in Baby Shark outfits. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. And yeah, I mean, there's entertainment all around. I mean, there's always something going on the map. I'm just so busy most of the days where I only get a couple hours in the morning to do stuff. But yeah, I mean, anytime we get a chance to go somewhere, we'd love to. That would be fantastic. But anyway, apart from that, it's just, I mean, it is significantly safer here. I haven't once felt scared for any one which reason. I mean, I am in another country, so I can't just be completely letting my guard down because I've never been that way. I've never just been one to nonchalantly walk around without thinking about my surroundings. But I mean, the roads are well lit at night. There's no reason that I should be scared. I mean, my wife, when she was a kid, she would walk to and from school in the morning and in the afternoon and had no issues. Every single night, my wife's grandma will walk home like 15 minutes. She'll come to see us, which is also really helpful because she's like a 15-minute walk from us. So she'll go home every night and no issues. I mean, I've walked her home a couple nights just because I was already out of the house anyway. But I mean, really, like, it's not nearly as dangerous as people make it out to be. I think the problem is that the media is making this country such a nasty place that, I mean, it's done a great job because in the comment section, a lot of times there's plenty of people that don't know any better. So I don't fault them for that. But, you know, it's a perfectly fine place. I can't say it's paradise, but it does exactly what my family and I wanted it to do and exactly what we came here for. So very happy. And I hope one of you guys appreciate the haircut. I just got it today. I usually go about 2 or 3 days and then I'm finally happy. The first day or two, I don't feel like it's the best, but hopefully you guys like it. Let me know. I gelled it up for you guys, but send this to someone if they're on the verge of moving or if they've considered not even moving to Russia, but just outside of the country and out of the States. Like, happy to maybe give one person some perspective on getting the heck out and changing their scenery, because this bubble of the States is doing a great job of making it seem like it's the best place ever. And it has its perks. It definitely has. I'm not shying away from that. But I think for the vast majority of people that just want a simple way of life and one that doesn't require them to work 2, 3, 4 jobs, Russia's not a bad place. I mean, I mean, there's people that are happy and wouldn't ever see themselves leaving this country. And, you know, the people are educated. It's a good place and I'm happy here. My family's happy here. So hopefully this video gave one person some perspective. And if you could share this with others, that would help me a ton. Hit some buttons, like, subscribe, comment. That would all be greatly appreciated. And yes, a lot of you guys were asking for me to do walking videos. I will walk around the neighborhood. I'm, you know, rightfully so, I can't be showing like the exact neighborhood I live in, but I can be showing, you know, nearby areas and like grocery stores. There's a shawarma place around the corner. Holy moly. The first time I had shawarma was here. So good. It is the best. It's the best food ever. And I'll probably grab that next time I film. I'll grab the camera, go out there and grab some shawarma, go to the grocery store, maybe I'll get a haircut. Who knows? The sky's the limit. But I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for all your support. I love all you guys. You guys are the best. But yeah, thank you so much. God bless and stay tuned.